Welcome into another video in my series where I'm going through and testing all the weapons inside of Modern Warfare 3 to see how valuable these weapons are for us to be using inside of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. It's going to include the aftermarket parts, the aftermarket conversion kits, as well as the MW2 weapons. So if you're new around here and you like everything Call of Duty Zombies, make sure you are subscribed with those bell notifications turned on so you're not going to miss out any future uploads from myself. As well, down below in the description, you will find the link for my streams. I stream on Mondays and Thursdays, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I stream a ton of custom zombies and other zombie related games and generally have a ton of fun over there and would love to see you guys come and hang out. Now in today's video, first things first, how are we all liking Season 5 as it is now dropped? I have definitely noticed in the Zombies game mode that there is a flood of new players to the Zombies mode as Tier 1 seems to be incredibly busy lately. And I'm assuming this is due to the fact that MW3 is now available on Game Pass, which I think is truly amazing. Now, today's video, we're going to be going through one of the brand new SMGs inside of the Battle Pass. So in your Battle Pass, in Sector 6 is the Static HW, the brand new SMG for Season 5. So in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at this new SMG, the Static HV, taking it through all 3 tiers to see how this weapon performs inside of our Zombies game mode. As well, I'm going to go off to the Dark Aether and see how this performs inside of there, so make sure you stick through the entire video for that. And I gotta thank you all for pushing forward with us to our next subscriber goal on the channel, which unlocks our 3rd Black Ops 6 giveaway. So the subscriber goal we're aiming for right now is at 4,000 subscribers, and currently as of recording this video we are less than 200 subscribers away, which is truly outstanding. I cannot believe the support on the channel. Thank you, all of you, so very much. Now without further ado, let's get to the Static HV review video today. Welcome into another video in my series where we're going through and testing out all of the weapons. Thank you so very much for tuning in today. Today we have one of the brand new weapons for Season 5. Yesterday we covered the brand new assault rifle, the STG. Link will be for the video for that will be down in the description. And today we're taking on the brand new SMG, the Static HV. So we're going to be taking this on and seeing how this performs inside of Zombies. Now when I do my weapon review videos, we spawn in and we put on all of my perks with no additions to the weapon to make it any stronger whatsoever. Aside from being a mouse and keyboard player, I do run Deadshot Daiquiri as I like the extra critical damage that it does provide. We have 2 extras I brought in with myself today, which is going to be mags of holding to test for later, so make sure you stick through the entire video for that. As well, we have golden armor plates on just to make things a little bit easier. So now when we spawn in, I like to go and grab our first bounty contract of the day inside of Tier 1. And the goal is to take this on with the weapon at a base. So no additions, no extra strength to it at all, just the base weapon. I do have it at max level. So again, stick through the entire video for the build. I have that in the video, so you've got yourself covered there. You don't have to worry about that. But I mean, when I started engaging our first bounty of the day, which was a Mangler, and just my first few shots, I could already tell the critical damage on the Mangler's health bar was, you know, substantial, just being a base weapon with no additions to it whatsoever. I was really excited to get to testing this weapon, and when I saw that they were bringing in a brand new SMG, I love running SMGs inside of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. Let me know down in the comment section which weapon category is your favorite to be using inside of our Zombies games. So we went and visited Pack-a-Punch Machine, and for those of you that are new to MW3 Zombies, if you melee the Pack-a-Punch Machine before applying a PAP crystal or using the PAP machine and see the Pack-a-Punch Machine turn to green, then you will keep the camo on for the rest of your run. The tip here is to make sure you only melee the Pack-a-Punch Machine once to turn it green, and that's it. So then we picked up our second bounty contract of the day inside of Tier 1, and we're taking this one on again with just a base SMG with only Pack-a-Punch, so no other additions to the weapon aside from Pack-a-Punch, and you can see just how easily we evaporated that bounty contract. So the last thing I do inside of Tier 1 is throw on my legendary tool on my Shatter Blast and make my way over and pick up our 3rd bounty contract inside of Tier 1, which should be a virtual instant delete at this damage. From what I've seen so far in this run from this weapon, I would expect this to be a virtually instant delete, and it was, aside from my really horrible aim. That would have been a lot faster. So at this point, I was like, okay, let's head to tier 2, but I don't want to increase any damage output on this SMG. Just keep it where it is and go grab ourselves a bounty contract inside of tier 2, as our bounty contract is now going to be much stronger. So I wanted to see how this weapon performs against a stronger bounty contract inside of tier 2, being pack 1. And also, just a little side note, I love running into those merc camps and taking the bounty contracts from them without shooting any of them while they try and frantically shoot you. It's absolutely hilarious, and listening to them talk in whatever language they're speaking, it's really funny. Personal thing that I enjoy. So there was our first bounty inside of tier 2, and we took that on pack 1 legendary with Shatterblast, and there was not much of a fight at all. I mean, I felt really confident using this weapon. The movement, of course, is there. It is an SMG. Pack-a-Punch in tier 2 was at Dokubai's fortress, but the team had already taken out Dokubai, so I hopped in, but there were still a few mercs left lingering. So that was a quick stop to pack 2. And that was off to fly down and pick up our second bounty contract of the day inside of tier 2. And this time we were taking it on at Pack-a-Punch level 2 with Legendary and Shatterblast. And I was eager to see the results of this bounty contract with this SMG at the damage output we currently are. I wasn't sure if this was going to be an instant delete. But it certainly wasn't much of a struggle at all. I mean, it was less than 1 magazine, and we had destroyed that bounty contract inside of tier 2. So I was feeling like super confident to head off into tier 3 and you know, go grab the rest of our perks and then see how does this SMG handle everything that tier 3 is going to be throwing at you when you come in here. So we stopped at the Wonder Fizz like I always do and grabbed the rest of the perks that we needed for our run. So now we have all the perks inside of the game, which is truly amazing. Now, I do want to show you guys, like, tier 3 was just so incredibly busy today when I got in here. I always got over to this ritual to see if I can recoup my PAP 3 crystal and my legendary tool. But, I mean, you can see on the TAC map, it was absolutely nuts in here today. If I pinged a contract, it got grabbed. If I moved towards one without pinging it, it got grabbed. So I was kind of curious as to how I was going to be able to show you guys, you know, how this weapon performs inside of tier 3 on bounty contracts in that challenge to pick some up with just the number of players and just the traffic inside of tier 3. But here we are, pack 2, legendary inside of tier 3. I mean, that armored zombie, insta gone. The one behind it, couple shots gone. Definitely amazing. So now I wanted to throw on my PAP 3 crystal and see how does this new SMG handle tier 3. We've got a Mega Abomination in the area, all of the other zombies that come at you, the dogs, we've got a Mangler in the area. So I figured, you know what, this is a perfect opportunity to show all of you just how viable this weapon can be inside of tier 3, how this weapon performs, and whether or not it could be a viable option for you to be using inside of your zombies game mode, because I certainly feel like this is going to become my next favorite weapon. It definitely dishes out the damage. The ammo reserve is really nice. You've got 900 ammo on max, which is more than enough for sure. I definitely wasn't struggling with the ammo count on this SMG, so that's definitely something I noticed and something I definitely enjoyed. And I mean, you can see the damage we're able to dish out on this Mega Abomination right here is definitely substantial. We're able to finish off that Mega Abomination right there with like all of the crowd control in and charging us and taking damage. We still managed to finish it off, and this weapon just is able to dish out the damage inside of tier 3. You can see the absolute, you know, ginormous horde we have chasing us inside of tier 3 that was all here, this congestion. Picked up all the loot, the cash, and the epic tool that our Mega Abomination dropped for us, which was awesome. And with the crowd this size behind me, I figured this is a perfect time to show you guys just how viable this new SMG is at crowd control, at max damage output inside of our zombies game mode. I mean, this is just amazing. We are shredding absolutely everything in front of the gun. It just absolutely melts. It's truly awesome. We had a Mimic show up and join in the fight, but you can see there wasn't much of a struggle to deal with that Mimic at all. Like, I was impressed, thoroughly impressed. This is definitely going to be a viable weapon for us to be using inside of our Modern Warfare 3 games, I think, for sure. I definitely wanted to, at this point, seeing how it was performing inside of tier 3 and handling, you know, all of the riffraff, the bounty contracts, and just everything in the area. I really wanted to try and grab myself a sigil, which would require me to pick up a bounty contract. So at this point, I was wondering if maybe the play with Tier 3 being as congested as it was to team up. So I did, and we managed to grab a bounty contract, which was awesome. And we got a Mimic inside of Tier 3 for our bounty. And then in the middle of the bounty contract, my teammate who helped me, who actually went over and picked up the bounty, left my squad. So I was really confused. And then I got invited to another squad, but I didn't want to leave. Because then I lose my bounty, and I wanted, like I said, I was trying to get a sigil to see how this weapon would perform inside of the Dark Aether, so I wanted to finish off the bounty before joining or requesting any players to be a part of another squad or join my squad. So they helped, which was awesome, so we were able to get that bounty contract done, and I got the sigil, what I was looking for, which was awesome. So then I got invited to a squad, and I was still in the loot. And then as I was running away, I went off and sent an invite, because the footage you're not seeing is the teammate left, rejoined, left, and rejoined. And then we completed a couple contracts. And near the end of the match, I pinged the buy station so we can go and grab our gear to head off to the Dark Aether. And then I had pinged the Season 2 Dark Aether, as that's where I was going to show you guys this weapon. And so we, stopped at the buy station. We had Mega Abomination come and attack us while we were here. So, we had to finish off the Mega Abomination. We're not going to let Zhorde get away with that. I'm 100% sure this was Zhorde trying to third-party me going to the buy station. Definitely, that's for sure. Yep. There's no doubt about it. So me and my teammate here are taking on a Zhorde, a Guardian of the Arches, and not struggling at all. I mean, just dishing out the damage with this new SMG. We have mags of holding on at this point. I had equipped those, so if you're wondering why I'm not reloading, that is why. But you can see when you got mags of holding on this and you're able to just endlessly fire that damage into, the Mega Abominations or the zombies inside of Tier 3, this SMG just shreds. Just absolutely shreds. And then, we both didn't want to take the loot, which was kind of funny. So we were just kind of sitting there. No one wanted to take the cash on each other, which I thought was really nice. So I grabbed it, and he wasn't coming to grab it. And then it was off to head to the Dark Aether, the Season 2, which is where I wanted to go to show how this weapon would perform inside of there. I didn't bring in a VR11. This originally was just to be a weapon testing run. But based on how well it was performing, I changed my kind of plans midway through the run and decided to go off to the Dark Aether, which is why if you see me do these runs and I go to Season 2, that's why. I don't have the VR11 to complete the escorts, and usually haven't had time to stop at the buy station and properly get enough cash to grab all the stuff that I'd like to have with me to go and complete Season 1 and Season 3 of the Dark Aethers. So here we are, off into Season 2. Into the Dark Aether, and the first contract I always grab when I come into the Season 2 Dark Aether is this one right here, which is our bounty contract. So in the Dark Aether today, we got a Mega Abomination bounty contract. Now I wanted to show you guys, I know a lot of players definitely struggle to fight the Mega Abomination down here inside of that gas or smoke or whatever. So if you go down there and get your Mega Abomination to kind of engage and start tracking you, you can head up here to this hut, and everything should come at you up that ladder, which makes things incredibly easy for you to handle the zombies, the crowd control inside of this Dark Aether, and also allows you to focus fire in on your Mega Abomination, as he will poke his head up just above that wall and fire up your laser attack, as you'll see in the footage. So at this point, I was feeling really confident using this brand new SMG. It definitely dishes out the damage to the zombies inside of the Dark Aether. I was not concerned about that at all. It wasn't definitely something I was worried about, that having to make sure I have enough decoys to keep the riffraff away, because I'm not doing enough damage. And you can see, like, we just melted that Disciple right there, which is awesome. Took out, I think, over 2/3 of his health in one shot. We got a thermite off into our Mega Abomination. He was trying really hard to get rid of me. I had to get out of there. I could see all the zombies coming up behind me, so I wasn't going to be able to take advantage of that particular laser attack from our bounty contract inside of the Dark Aether. But you can see right here, when you come back up to the hut, all the zombies climb up the ladder. So if you aim just like I did, you can fire at the zombies while they're coming up the ladder. And at the same time, you can also be firing into your bounty contract, which is just absolutely amazing. And you can see we're just melting, just absolutely shredding everything at the end of our barrel. And this is in the Dark Aether. So this is definitely a viable option for sure. I was enjoying using this weapon. It is incredibly strong. You can see the health bar on our Mega Abomination bounty inside the Dark Aether, just dropping as we lay shots into him. Got the thermite in there, which was able to finish off our bounty contract inside the Dark Aether. Just awesome damage on this weapon. If you haven't got it unlocked yet, I definitely recommend go ahead and get this unlocked. If you have a friend who has it unlocked, they can go ahead and drop it for you, and you can exfil in zombies with it, and that will unlock it for you, so you go ahead and do that. I did that for one of our community members inside of the Zhorde Discord. I dropped him the new SDG, so we had that. If you're looking to join, it's a small community, but we are growing, and I'm trying to build a community full of players that are willing to help each other out, complete stuff. So the link for that is down in the description. So here we are with the Outlast contract inside of the Dark Aether, and you can see how well the SMG performs in here. Now, this contract in the beginning is, for me, I've noticed in my games, absolutely just the most craziest spawn rate at the beginning. So I wanted to use my jug suit to clear out the, early stages of the P&D. However, I called it in and it dropped on the roof. Now, I did not know if you could get up here, so I had to do a full circle around the building. So if you guys drop your jug suit or your score streak on the P&D and it lands on the roof, don't worry. There's a ladder you can jump up to climb up over here, which I did not know. Lesson learned today, but we picked up the jug suit and wandered our way back inside of our P&D contract, and because we did the full loop, I was able to get all of the zombies and the riffraff to come at me in one direction and mow pretty much everything down with our jug suit. So this was just truly awesome to see. I mean, I really enjoy using the jug suit. You feel like such a badass using this thing. Plus, like, it just shreds everything at the end of the barrel. So much fun to use. I love the fact that this has been brought in to zombies in the MW3, that you can equip a jug suit and use it. So much fun. So cool. So here we are finishing off the P&D contract. You can see we've got 40% of the contract left to go. This SMG shreds. I had no issues inside of here dealing with the crowd control, dealing with the zombies or the elites in the area. You got to keep moving when you're doing this Outlast contract, and your solo is my biggest tip to be able to complete this. But when you do things like a disciple in here, you definitely want to make sure that that's, somewhere you focus your fire. You don't want your disciple turning up all of your zombies' health inside of the P&D contract. So I was trying my best to try and focus fire in on that disciple to try and get rid of him before the P&D contract ended. And you can see right here, we were able to laser him down. The contract ended and finished off all the riffraff in the area, which was awesome. And then I had to figure out what to do with the loot. Now, I feel like this is an issue we all struggle with when we go inside of the Dark Aether. I have been in here with many randoms and many other players and see them down at the reward rift inside of the Dark Aether trying to do exactly this. Figure out what to do with your gear. What are you taking with you? What are you going to keep? What are you willing to drop and let go of is constantly a struggle when you don't have, that many slots in the backpack. When you have a large rucksack, you've got 9. So, the struggle is definitely real. My thought process there was sigils are only available in here. I can actually craft a VR11. So let's get rid of the VR11 case and let's take an Elder Sigil out of here, as this is the only place to get it. So then I thought I would try a new strategy today and put down sentry turrets to complete the Aether extractor contract, and that was almost a massive fail right off the rip. I couldn't believe I just about got swarmed and completely destroyed just placing that sentry. But the thought process was, if I put that sentry down, it should be able to protect me long enough to be able to activate that phone and complete it. So that worked out great on our first Aether reactor right there, which was awesome to see. So then I wanted to go ahead and make sure I've got my second sentry gun equipped, and seeing how I had some room behind me and, not necessarily a bunch of zombies in front of me, I figured this would be a chance to throw down the sentry turret I was going to use at my third Aether extractor. But I was getting just absolutely wrecked trying to place the sentry turret down. You can see all the way down to like 37 health. Absolutely insane. So now I had my energy mine ready, and I wanted to go back to the other one. Also, You can't go through there? Like what? I downed. I thought you could run through there. No big deal. We had self-revive, so like I always say, just dust yourself off, get back up into the fight. We made our way over to our second Aether reactor. I placed down my energy mine behind me to protect me while I go ahead and activate this Aether reactor, and we were able to complete the second one right there. Now for a third one, I was going to recharge my Aether, my energy mine, and go ahead and do that. But I figured I would use the decoy that I managed to pick up, but the phone was not working the first time. I tell you, that drives me absolutely nuts. And this mangler, what are you doing, buddy? I would have had that contract finished 3 times over if that mangler's cannon shot didn't knock me off of the Aether reactor phone. So annoying. But remember to keep yourself, you know, fairly calm in these situations. Don't freak out. You've got lots of time. I checked the clock there. I've got 30 seconds left to finish off this Aether reactor, which shouldn't be much of an issue. I have my energy mine regenerated again, so I just dropped that in behind me and made my way back over to the Aether reactor. Of course, the first time I pick up the phone, it's not going to work, but the second time it did, and I was finally able to complete all 3 contracts inside of the Season 2 Dark Aether using this brand new SMG, and I have to say, it was not much of a struggle. I got another Magza holding out of that, which was awesome to see, and a PAP 2 crystal, which I was really pleased with. And then I wanted to show you guys some crowd control inside of the Season 2 Dark Aether with this SMG, as it just absolutely destroys. I don't know how many zombies I got there with that energy mine. That was truly epic. What an amazing run. I love this SMG. If you're looking for an awesome weapon with the movement, speed, and all of the stuff attached to it, go ahead and give this brand new SMG a shot inside of your zombies game modes. You will not be disappointed at all. Another truly awesome run. I had fun on this one today. We got some good loot out of that, and this is the weapon build that I used for today's run. So I'll show you guys this at the end of every video. So we have that there, and if you're looking to make any changes to that, I feel like there is some room to move if you wanted to make it a little bit more of a mobility build. So let's work together down in the comments section to make that happen. And the camo that I was running today is under all camos under your events, and it is the helical reverb. There is no blueprints on the gun today. So thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.